He and 9 other plaintiffs, including his publicists, have brought a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, essentially alleging them of libel.
In one breath, Blake Lively is saying she was the subject of Secret with Us, and now they're making light of it.
It ends with us in court. It ends with us orchestrating a retaliatory smear campaign.
Justin and Blake's stuff is, I think it's a big PR game.
Had there been these horrible things, and had there been these horrible text messages, had there been this horrible information.
Curious, during the filming of it,
Blake Lively is suing her co-star and director Justin Baldoni, accusing him of on the set.
A tremor of disbelief has rippled through the glittering landscape of Hollywood as whispers, rapidly escalating into a roaring digital wildfire, allege the unthinkable. Marvel Studios, that titan of cinematic universes and master of calculated secrecy, has purportedly unleashed a trove of damning receipts in a courtroom, aimed squarely at dismantling the carefully constructed public image of Blake Lively. For an actress whose name has become synonymous with effortless charm, quick-witted grace, and a seemingly unwavering commitment to philanthropic causes, the mere suggestion of a head-on collision with the notoriously tight-lipped and fiercely protective Marvel machine is not just surprising, it's akin to a lightning strike in a cloudless sky. The internet, ever a crucible for rumor and speculation, has erupted in a frenzy, dissecting every fragment of hearsay, every cryptic online comment, in a desperate attempt to understand how a figure as seemingly untouchable as Lively could find herself in the crosshairs of such a powerful and image-conscious studio, hinting at a scandal that threatens to redefine public perception and expose the often unseen fault lines beneath the polished surface of celebrity.
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me, is that she's a walking, talking contradiction, yet it's perfectly harmonious for her.
The digital rallying cry, "Marvel drops new receipts," has become an inescapable mantra across the sprawling expanse of social media, each iteration amplifying the mystery and feeding the insatiable hunger for details, however scant or unsubstantiated. Online forums and comment sections are awash with fervent speculation, each contribution adding another layer to the already complex tapestry of rumor and conjecture. Armchair detectives and self-proclaimed insiders emerge from the digital shadows, breathlessly claiming to possess privileged knowledge of shocking documents, damning transcripts, and irrefutable evidence that Marvel is poised to unveil, all painting a picture of Blake Lively's carefully crafted sincerity dissolving under the harsh glare of documented falsehood. But the crucial, unanswered question that fuels this online inferno is the catalyst. What series of events, what hidden conflict, could have possibly propelled Marvel, a studio that operates with near military precision and an almost pathological aversion to public discord, to such an unprecedented and openly confrontational stance against a celebrity, especially one seemingly unconnected to their immediate cinematic universe? The rumor mill, a chaotic engine of speculation and hearsay, churns with theories suggesting a clandestine legal battle, a shadowy corporate showdown where Lively, or perhaps a proxy acting on her behalf, made certain claims or assertions that directly and significantly impacted Marvel's meticulously planned business strategies, its delicate negotiations with other industry power players, or even the sacrosanct creative direction of its multi-billion-dollar franchise. Claims now, according to the persistent online whispers, poised to be dramatically and publicly eviscerated by the studio's alleged courtroom bombshell of documented proof.
But I was like just tracking him down, and then finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of
it's
both.
like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like, kind of like my outfit, I guess.
The very term receipts, laden with the weight of digital accountability and undeniable proof, is what truly ignites the online frenzy surrounding this Hollywood maelstrom. In the contemporary vernacular of internet discourse, receipts are not mere allegations or unsubstantiated claims. They are the gold standard of verifiable truth, the digital equivalent of unshakable evidence. Screenshots of incriminating text exchanges, leaked internal emails revealing hidden agendas, meticulously compiled legal documents laying bare contractual breaches, and inconvenient truths in stark, undeniable detail. The internet buzzes with feverish conjecture about the precise nature of Marvel's purported evidentiary arsenal. Are these receipts recordings of private conversations, capturing lively in moments of alleged inconsistency or outright deception? Do they consist of internal studio memos, perhaps outlining executive anxieties or strategic shifts prompted by Lively's actions? Or, most sensationally, are they visual or auditory recordings that directly contradict Lively's public statements, leaving no room for misinterpretation or strategic spin? This deliberate ambiguity surrounding the nature of the receipts acts as a potent accelerant to the online firestorm, allowing imaginations to run rampant and fostering a dizzying array of interpretations, from relatively innocuous misunderstandings blown out of proportion to far more explosive scenarios involving calculated betrayal, deliberate misinformation, and a potential career-ending scandal of unprecedented magnitude. Some fans, enthralled by the sheer drama of the narrative, readily embrace the most sensational interpretation, envisioning Lively's carefully constructed image shattering into a million pieces under the weight of irrefutable documentary evidence, eagerly anticipating a public reckoning of almost biblical proportions. Others, adopting a more cautious and nuanced stance, suggest the lies could be less about malicious intent and more about unintentional misinterpretations, strategic miscommunications, or even carefully crafted half-truths, strategically amplified and weaponized by Marvel's formidable legal machinery to gain a decisive upper hand in a complex and high-stakes legal entanglement.
Well, I actually knew of the film before I knew of Colleen's book, which is, I know, a unique entry point, but I think because I just have 1,000 children, I, have missed all of pop culture, and her significant impact in the world of books. I mean, so many of her books are on the New York Times bestseller. I mean, it's crazy.
What truly elevates this rumor beyond the typical fleeting cycle of internet gossip and lends it an unsettling air of plausibility is the inherent contradiction it presents. Marvel Studios, a corporate juggernaut synonymous with impenetrable secrecy and a near pathological aversion to public controversy, is alleged to be abandoning its carefully cultivated playbook and engaging in such an overtly public and potentially reputation-damaging legal confrontation. Marvel, a brand meticulously built on controlled narratives and airtight discretion, typically prefers to resolve all disputes, from minor talent disagreements to major intellectual property battles, in the hushed confines of corporate boardrooms and private arbitration, far from the intrusive glare of media scrutiny and the unpredictable volatility of public opinion. The very notion that Marvel would willingly and consciously deviate so dramatically from this deeply ingrained corporate ethos, choosing to air its grievances in a courtroom and potentially tarnish the reputation of a high-profile celebrity in the process, underscores the perceived gravity of the situation and lends a chilling credence to the swirling rumors. Why would Marvel, a studio practically allergic to negative publicity and renowned for its quiet, behind-the-scenes problem-solving, elect to publicly expose Blake Lively in such a demonstrably dramatic and strategically risky manner? The pervasive rumor, therefore, implicitly argues that the stakes must be astronomically high, that the perceived transgression, the alleged betrayal of trust, or the potential disruption to Marvel's meticulously orchestrated business empire must have been so profoundly significant, so existentially threatening to the studio's carefully guarded interests, that the corporate behemoth felt utterly and unequivocally compelled to forsake its usual preference for discreet legal maneuvering and resort to a highly unusual, demonstrably public, and potentially mutually assured reputation-damaging courtroom showdown. A scenario that is as shocking and improbable as it is undeniably, irresistibly captivating.
I think the idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
The ensuing fan reactions, predictably and perhaps even inevitably, have mirrored the starkly polarized and often deeply entrenched divisions that characterize the internet's sprawling and often fractious echo chambers. Die-hard devotees of Blake Lively, fiercely loyal to her seemingly unimpeachable public image and deeply invested in the carefully curated narrative of her seemingly charmed life, have launched into a digital counter-offensive, vehemently dismissing the swirling rumor as nothing more than baseless slander, a maliciously fabricated smear campaign cynically orchestrated by shadowy online entities with nefarious agendas and a vested interest in tearing down a beloved and seemingly untouchable celebrity icon. These staunch defenders of Lively's carefully constructed reputation point to her long-standing and demonstrably consistent philanthropic endeavors, her consistently amiable and seemingly genuine interactions with industry colleagues and fans alike, and her overall public persona of unwavering sincerity and relatable authenticity, as irrefutable proof that she is simply and fundamentally incapable of engaging in such calculated deception or malicious falsehood, arguing that the entire rumor is a textbook example of internet-fueled hysteria, a digital witch hunt fueled by unsubstantiated claims, anonymous sources, and the insatiable human appetite for celebrity scandal and the dramatic downfall of seemingly infallible public figures. Conversely, a rapidly expanding and equally vocal contingent of fans, perhaps swayed by the sheer audacity and dramatic weight of the rumor itself, and undeniably influenced by the perceived corporate gravitas and habitual circumspection of Marvel Studios as a powerful and notoriously risk-averse entity, are increasingly aligning themselves with Marvel's implied perspective, readily and often aggressively contending that a multi-billion-dollar corporation of that global scale and meticulously guarded reputation would simply not choose to publicly and potentially irrevocably damage the reputation of a celebrity unless it possessed demonstrably irrefutable, legally sound, and strategically essential cause, suggesting that Lively must have, in their increasingly convinced estimation, engaged in actions or made pronouncements that genuinely and demonstrably threatened Marvel's carefully planned business interests, its meticulously constructed brand identity, or perhaps even the sacrosanct creative integrity of its beloved and fiercely protected cinematic universe. A deeply polarized and emotionally charged online battleground where fan allegiances are tested, reputations hang precariously in the balance, and the ultimate truth of the Marvel Receipts saga remains tantalizingly, frustratingly, and perhaps deliberately obscured.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. Like, this is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh, really? Because I just have one on my list.
Oh.
I didn't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, okay, think of someone. Think of someone. Bob Newhart. I don't know.
In the cold, dispassionate light of objective analysis, and stripped of the inevitable layers of sensationalism and hyperbole that perpetually cling to internet gossip and celebrity rumor mills, the unfolding Marvel Drops Receipts saga, regardless of its ultimate and as yet undetermined factual basis, stands as a stark and undeniably compelling microcosm of the precarious and often morally ambiguous intersection of celebrity culture, corporate power, and the relentlessly churning engine of the modern digital media landscape. It serves as a potent and unsettling reminder of how breathtakingly quickly a single, unsubstantiated claim, whispered in the right digital corners, amplified by algorithms designed to maximize engagement and sensationalism, and fueled by the insatiable human appetite for scandal, celebrity downfall, and dramatic behind-the-scenes intrigue, can rapidly metastasize from a fleeting online murmur into a full-blown internet phenomenon, blurring with alarming speed and potentially irreversible consequence the already tenuous and increasingly permeable boundaries between verifiable truth and outright fabrication, informed speculation and deliberately manufactured misinformation, genuine news and strategically deployed propaganda campaigns designed to manipulate public perception and control the narrative at all costs. The swirling and stubbornly persistent rumor, whether ultimately destined to be anticlimactically debunked as mere digital ephemera, or dramatically and perhaps catastrophically confirmed as a genuine and industry-altering revelation of Hollywood hypocrisy and celebrity duplicity, has already served a crucial and perhaps unintended purpose: to expose, with unflinching and often uncomfortable candor, the profoundly precarious and ultimately ephemeral nature of even the most meticulously constructed celebrity reputations in the unforgiving glare of the 24/7 news cycle. The often ruthless and ethically compromised power dynamics that perpetually operate within the seemingly glamorous and perpetually alluring world of Hollywood entertainment, and the enduring, almost primal human fascination with dramatic behind-the-scenes showdowns, whispered secrets lurking beneath polished public personas, and the ever-tantalizing, ever-seductive possibility that the carefully curated narratives and seemingly genuine authenticity of even the most beloved and seemingly unimpeachable public figures may, in the final analysis, conceal hidden agendas, unexpected complexities, and perhaps even a carefully concealed, strategically deployed, and ultimately reputation-shattering capacity for deception. For now, and perhaps for the foreseeable future, the Marvel drops receipts rumor, with its potent cocktail of celebrity scandal, corporate intrigue, unanswered questions, and the tantalizing promise of a dramatic courtroom showdown, hovers in a liminal and undeniably captivating space between sensationalized gossip and potential industry-altering revelation, leaving legions of fans, seasoned critics, and fascinated industry insiders alike in a perpetual state of breathless anticipation, meticulously scrutinizing every fleeting online snippet, obsessively dissecting every cryptic social media post, and waiting with bated breath for anyone with verifiable authority and access to the truth, to finally and definitively offer even a fleeting glimpse of clarity, a single, irrefutable shard of factual information into this rapidly unfolding and undeniably compelling Hollywood plot twist. A real-world drama that, in its sheer audacity, its potential for career-ending consequences, and its tantalizing blend of fact, fiction, and carefully manufactured mystery, arguably rivals, and perhaps even surpasses, the most fantastical and intricately plotted storylines ever conceived within the boundless and perpetually captivating realms of the Marvel Cinematic Universe itself. Should definitive and officially sanctioned details regarding the alleged Marvel receipts ever definitively surface from the carefully guarded vaults of Hollywood's legal and public relations machinery, they will undoubtedly and irrevocably either confirm the rumor's most explosive and reputation-damaging claims, sending genuine and potentially career-altering shockwaves throughout the entertainment industry and permanently reshaping the public perception of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, or conversely, dispel them altogether, relegating the now infamous Marvel receipts saga to the ever-growing and rapidly forgotten annals of internet-fueled hysteria, destined to be quickly and unceremoniously overshadowed by the next sensational headline, the next fleeting celebrity scandal, in the relentlessly churning and endlessly captivating spectacle of modern celebrity culture and the perpetually hungry beast that is the digital rumor mill.